Hey, how's it going, guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to give you my thoughts on the Riders Republic. Now, currently it's actually available for as an open beta. It was available to the August 28th, so I believe actually it's already ended. Okay, now I wanted to share my thoughts, experience of what I have, when I was playing this game on my PlayStation 5. And in general, I actually had a very, very good time. To be honest with you, I was in fact a little bit surprised of myself because I actually never knew that I would like it as much. Now, there are a few issues I definitely need to point out in a few seconds or so, but I wanted to get into the more of a pros in this game and what are fantastic as well. For example, the competitiveness. This game has a very deep competitiveness as an example because when you're trying to do the races and you can see these shadows, like I call them, basically they're actually previous people that have been playing this game already, and everything has been recorded into the servers, and so that's why whenever you're playing with them you cannot really bump into them, and they're not real players, right? You're playing solo, and that actually still has an immersion, for example, that you're actually still being competitive and you're actually trying to come first place. Now, obviously it's not going to be the same experience if you're playing versus somebody else, like a real life person, right? So it's going to be a lot tougher, but still, this actually gives a very interesting and unique competitiveness that you are striving all the time to come in first place. There's always a fun factor in that, at least personally for myself. Now, the graphics fluidity and stuff like this, it looks gorgeous. The game is very bright, shiny, and very vibrant, like I said. And I think it actually does its justice, and I personally feel like it actually is a good thing since this game has its quirky nature, right? You can actually notice it during the cutscenes and stuff like this. You'll actually see it in a moment or so during this commentary. But basically, you can see that, the conversations between the characters is very, very well done. It's somewhat even believable too. Again, it may be a little bit overdone, because the characters and maybe they're being overly they have too much humor. But still, it's not a bad thing, I personally think so. This is why I'm putting it into the pro. So the other thing as well, I definitely want to say that the immersive freedom that this game has, okay? Basically this game is open world. If you want to basically just simply explore the world that you're in, here you go. No problem, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, just go ahead, do whatever you want. I especially like the way by pretty much a press of a button you can actually change your equipment. As such an example, maybe you want to go for skis, snowboard, or if you want to go on a dirt bike, or if you want to go on those racing bikes, or perhaps you would like to go on a wingsuit with rockets, right? Or you can actually go on a snowmobile. It's all up to you. For example, if you want to go up the mountain, you can use a snowmobile. If you want, you can actually use a parachute as well. Look, there's plenty of options for you to traverse through this world, and they are all fantastic in my personal opinion. I really especially loved using skis and snowboarding. That was a hell of a time. I had a very good time. Now, dirt bike, it was also a very great experience. Especially I love the way this game has two different perspectives, such as the third person and a first person. And mind you guys, I highly encourage you to try out dirt biking on a first person, because that sense of how quick you're going is seriously incredible. And sometimes, in fact, I would even argue to say it's better to do it in first person anyway than a third person, because I feel like third person kind of gets in the way, your own character, and a first person, you actually have, like I said, you have the immersion of being super, super fast. Now, let's get into some of the negatives though I have with the game. Oh, perhaps I should mention one more positive. I love the customization in this, because it is quite necessary, especially if you want to have a different character and how he looks, or she or he looks, right? So yeah, it's a very diverse, very big character customization. Okay, now negatives. Since this game is a little bit quirky, right, and it's fun in a lot of ways, I thought maybe it would be necessary to have more different environments, right? This game already has land, air, and snow, but what about water, right? What about, like, you know, surfing? Like, can't I have that also? That would be pretty fun. Perhaps maybe they'll only include that during the expansion or some kind of update. That would be definitely very, very cool. Now, why I'm mentioning also water, like if we're gonna have to go crazy, let's go with lava as well. Like, right, so I mean, it doesn't make sense, of course, but again, this game isn't exactly true to the sense of being realistic. But you know, if Ubisoft or the developers, like, they don't want to break that kind of immersion, I completely understand as well. Like, you know, having lava, that would kind of make no sense, because like if you try to go on lava, you'll just burn off your damn skis. Okay, the other, and I think this is the last thing I personally think regarding the negative at least, I have played this game on my PlayStation 5. Now, I'm not too sure if this is a negative, if I should mention, maybe it was just me. But I felt like when I was using a controller for this, it felt not as sensitive as I wanted it to be. Now, why I'm kind of hesitant to put it in here is because I feel like I might have actually improved this in the settings. But, you know, if you don't tamper with anything in the settings, then actually, say if you want to turn right on a bike and you're speeding down, right, and maybe you're not accelerating or anything like that, it's still, when you press right and you want to turn right, this response happens way too late, and you kind of have to predict whenever you want to turn, and that kind of messes up a whole rhythm of the game, and so you can't exactly do these parkour and stuff. And like I said, this may be because of the settings that I still need to adjust, but again, I still have to mention it in here. Maybe the developers could do something about this, make the, you know, the controllers more sensitive. I don't know. This is why I'm kind of hesitant putting into this list, and perhaps I could have actually done something about this to fix it, because like I said, there still is a possibility, even if it's not available right now to fix this issue, at least that I had, it is still a possibility that it may make an appearance during the full release of the game coming in October. Now, guys, I had plenty of great time with this game. Definitely worth it. You know, if you had an opportunity of playing the beta, congrats as well. Actually, it wasn't too hard to get into the beta. I didn't really have any server issues as well, so that's very good. I kind of noticed that a lot of beta games usually have these server issues. Perhaps also, well, again, Riders Republic isn't considered one of those bigger games, but still, I think it's well worth the time and effort, and you know, we have to wait and see how much more content we'll have for it to be justice of a full price tag of a game, because currently, you know, there's plenty of it already to be done and for us to experience, but I don't know how will that translate of being $60 to $70 game. But yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. See you guys all, and have a wonderful day.